Hey guys, it's Nicole here back on this Wednesday night. I hope you guys are all doing good out there and welcome back to Nicole's View. So, I was debating, should I do this? Should I really do this video? Yeah, I want to do it because one, I'm sick and tired of folks thinking they can dictate and tell folks what to do, what to say, and think they can shame people into not saying anything, into just sitting back and letting them say something, letting them run the show. Okay, no. I didn't vote in this particular election cycle. One, because, I was too busy getting ready to relocate from New Jersey to Texas. I had too much going on, trying to find a job, trying to find a spot, finally move into a spot, looking for my son for a school for him to attend. My plate is, let's just say, just too full, okay? We dealt with a fire this past spring, so excuse me if I wasn't gung-ho about voting. Some folks will still say, that's no excuse, but it's not an excuse. Some things are just a lot more heavier and more important going on in folks' lives. Anyway, but I will register. So, oh God, please, ancestors, please don't come hunt me down, because folks love using that, which I think is quite despicable, but whatever. So anyway, the elections last night. To me, it was no surprise. You had the Democrats who gained control of the House. You have the Republicans who kept control of the Senate. So you basically have a divided Congress. Nothing is going to change. It's going to be the same old, same old. Yes, there were some elections where there was some, I guess you could say, good things that happened. But, this is a divided country. This is a racist country. So to me, it's just going to be more of the same. I don't expect anything different to happen. And that is just basically what it is. That's what it is. So, for those of you who want to try to tell folks off, think you're shaming somebody, wagging your finger, those of you who want to pull a Roland Martin, do what you got to do. But, on my channel, I will talk about what the hell I want to talk about, okay? Whether I voted or I didn't vote, okay? I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. It is Nicole's View for a reason, all right? So what I find just amazing when I really think about it, in 2016, I changed my party affiliation from Democrat to Independent, or you could say the Green Party. And in the 2016 presidential election, I voted for Jill Stein and Ajamu Baraka because at least they mentioned reparations. At least they talked about that. At least they wanted to talk to Black people. At least they talked about the issues. So I was willing to give them a chance. Okay. You wouldn't even hear the word reparations muttered out of the Democratic Party's mouth. Okay. So did they win? Of course not. But, you'll have those same folks who will say, oh my God, you voted for the Green Party? That's just a wasted vote. But I thought a vote was a vote was a vote. I thought voting is what we should do no matter who we're voting for. Right? Or am I just supposed to be a shield for your party? No, that's not how it's supposed to work. Even those who claim to be Republicans and, that's their God-given right. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah, I can make fun. I can talk about them and those who vote for them, but they do the same thing about us. So this is what you call politics. Politics, I mean. So it doesn't surprise me. But what I find even more amazing is that the people who love to blame those who didn't vote, mainly on the Democratic side, because this is where we see the majority of this, especially coming from our so-called people, black people. They love to demonize us, or those who just don't vote at all. At least I can say I have voted in the past. There are some people who have never voted just for this very reason. They want nothing to do with politics. But the thing is, when I look at these results, my question to you guys, the Roland Martins, why don't you ever demonize these folks who pander to the LGBTQ, the folks who pander to the Hispanics, them? Why don't the Democratic Party ever get onto them? Because they're always pushing their agendas, right? Immigration. You know what I'm saying, folks? Black people are the most loyal to this party. Between 80 to 90% of black people vote Democratic. Those are the numbers. Those are the facts. But why don't folks like Roland Martin go after them? Why don't they go after the white women? Those who pretend like they're Democratic, who pretend like they care about the people, but when they get in that voting booth, they vote with their spouse. They vote white supremacy. I was looking at these numbers and I'm just like, yep, not shocked. So I'm on CNN, okay? All right. And this is in my state. What we're looking at right now are the results in my state. So let me pull it up because I was looking at the numbers and, you know, I just think it's hilarious because last night they had, you know, the Democrats all pumped up. Oh, the blue wave, the blue tsunami, the blue, and yeah, they won some. Okay, they won the House, but it wasn't this big wave like it was supposed to be. Like they just knew. Okay, so let's go to my state of Texas. All right, so you guys know that was a highly contested election between Ted Cruz, that wacko, and Beto O'Rourke. Okay, now I gotta say, you know, I'm right here in the city of Austin, Travis County. As I said in my previous video about voting and about Beto and all that, I said, you could not walk anywhere without seeing something with Beto O'Rourke on it. All right. So in my county, it wouldn't have even mattered. Okay. I don't think it would have mattered because this is the state of Texas. Okay. Yes, you have Austin, you have Houston, you have Fort Worth, Dallas, San Antonio, you know, all these major cities. These are the 4 biggest major cities in Texas. But look at the outskirts. So, it would have took a damn miracle. Yes, more people could have came out. But at the end of the day, Ted Cruz still won. White supremacy still reigns. Look at the blue. And yes, these are heavily concentrated cities, but look at the blue and look at the red. Who honestly thought that the Democrats were going to win this? Yeah, you got to give it to him. He did come close. So Beto came in at 74.3, well, in Travis County. But the projected winner, he got 4.2 and Beto got 4 million and like 20,000. So, you could say it was somewhat close. So Cruz got 51% of the vote and Beto got 48. But that's still not a win. Yeah, it makes it somewhat competitive, but it's not a win. And when you look at the exit polls, okay, I want to go to the exit polls. Because when you look at race, let's look at race. As a matter of fact, I'm going to zoom in on it. White people voted for Beto at 56%, okay? For black people, oh, excuse me, I think I have it backwards. Let me see. I'm sorry, let me reread that. Race. So about 56% of white voted for Beto O'Rourke, and 66% voted for Cruz, okay? Black people. 89% of black people voted for Beto O'Rourke. 11% of black people voted for Cruz. Latino. 64% of Latinos voted for Beto. How many voted for Cruz? 35%. So just think, if that 35 actually voted with black people at 89%, he would have won. So I want to know, when are they going to talk about this? The Democrats are not going to talk about it because they still have to cater to them. Yes, 64% is a decent amount, but it's not 89, 90. Okay? And let's do race by gender. So for Beto, white men voted 27%. Okay, 27, 28. Cruz, 72%. Not surprised. White women, 29%. Beto O'Rourke, 39%. So 39% of white women voted for Beto. And 60% voted for Cruz. Not surprised. This is Texas. Black men, 83% voted for Beto O'Rourke. 17% voted for Cruz. Yeah. Black women, 94% voted for Beto O'Rourke. 5% voted for Cruz. Latino men, 62 voted for Beto O'Rourke. Latino men who voted for Cruz, 37%. Okay? Latino women, 66% voted for Beto O'Rourke. How many voted for Cruz? 34%. Okay? And others come at 46%. And the others for Cruz, 54%. So I am not in the least bit shocked. Why don't they go after others, Latino, and them? And some could say, yeah, even some black men and some black women. But just like here, the 17% for black men here in Texas that voted for Cruz, that just about that same amount of black women, 17%, voted for the Republican in the governor's race in Florida. So, man, okay, yeah, we could get on to them, but our numbers still are more than everybody else's. Yet what do we get in return? Absolutely nothing. And then you have folks like Roland who will say, shame on you. Y'all didn't get out there and vote. And you can't say nothing. You just sat your asses at home. You know, even if this would have said 100% for black people, we still would have needed some help. Okay? I mean, 34%, 37%. Y'all are talking to the wrong people. Y'all are fussing at the wrong people. Okay? I mean, this is what I'm saying. And let's go to Florida. Let's go to Florida, okay? I want to show you guys, for those if you haven't seen it. Let's go to the exit polls. So we all know that, let me see. I don't want to do the Senate. I want to do the governor. Okay. So here is the Florida governor results. So DeSantis is at 49.7 and Gillum is at 49.1. Gillum conceded, but I'm hearing that they're still voting. I mean, not voting, but counting votes. So, I mean, this is what Florida looks like. Kind of reminds me of Texas. A lot of red, sea of red with some blue in between. But we know that the cities with the dark blue is heavily Democratic that voted. Okay. But once again, I want to go to the exit polls. Look at this. Let's go to my favorite, race. So, or race by gender, actually. So here are the results, okay? White men, 39% voted Democrat, 60% voted Republican. White women, 49%, okay, voted Democrat, 49% voted Republican. I mean, that's just straight down the middle. Black men voted for Gillum at 88%. 12% of black men voted Republican for DeSantis. Black women, 92% voted for Gillum. Okay, folks, sorry, I had to break there. Let's see, I was at, for black women, who voted for Beto. I'm sorry, not Beto. I'm still in Texas. We're in Florida for Gillum. Race by gender. 82% of black women voted for Gillum, but 18% voted for DeSantis. That's a big number. That's a big number compared to black men who voted for Gillum at 91% and DeSantis at 8%. That is a big number. Not big in the sense of 40%, 34%, but that right there, yeah, it reminds me of Cruz's vote, the black men who voted 17% for Cruz here in Texas. So, but compared to Latino men and women who voted for the opposite, it's way more. It's way more. So I say, Roland Martin and those of you who like to complain and criticize those who decided to sit out an election, this one in particular or whatever, you need to focus on these people. You're 41% and you're 34%. But we know in that area in Florida, or hell, probably all over, most Cubans tend to vote Republican. White Cubans, whatever. They tend to vote Republicans because they believe that's what they are, okay? So, don't come for us. Don't come for us. It's just like the same thing as I said earlier. When they tell you to vote, you're like, great, I'm going to vote. But I'm not voting for a Republican. I'm not voting for a Democrat. I'm voting independent. I'm voting the Green Party. They still eat you out. They still accuse you of wasting a vote. So you go from not voting to wasting a vote. So if you're not a shield for either one of these parties, it's an issue. So you can't win for losing with these people. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about that and let it be known how I feel about it, because yes, I'll still talk about it whether I voted or I didn't. I will still talk about it. But anyway, guys, voice is cracking. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next video.